So, last time on Blaze Black 2, it was July 4th. And so here's my progress in this one so far. Let me actually switch these around. Anyway, the reason I'm showing this is because this was the next game for me to start going over in my list of games, and I figured rather than just say what they were, I would show it off. This was a ROM hack that I played exactly twice. The last time being July 4th, 2015. The first time, according to this, I guess was May 23rd of that year, so yeah. It's actually been almost a year since I started this then, okay. But, yeah, these were the ones that I was going to use. Vanilla Ice was supposed to evolve into a Glaceon at some point. But, will I ever actually get back to this playthrough? I don't know. Very likely not, but, I suppose nothing is impossible when you believe in the heart of the pancakes. Let me just, see what other crap I had in this. Let's see. I didn't ever use the Meowth. I'd used this at the very beginning and that was it. Gay Clown, I don't think I ever used. Oh yeah, here's Baxterina the freaking Bluefish. I tried to use this one for a while and then eventually decided it wasn't worth it. Porygon I always like using, but I skipped over in this one. Fargo, I think I tried it for a little while. And then Pyphaic, I think was just like a pickup user. So yeah, that was basically it. So we have some excellent names in this one, because we've got Pardf. I don't remember what caused that name. Murica was named that because it's caught at Liberty Island, and it was caught on July 4th, so I thought it was kind of appropriate. Anyway, none of this is important in the slightest, because we're not going to be playing that game, so we're back to Platinum now. Off-screen, I leveled up this Remoraid until it got Signal Beam. I thought it was only level 30, it was 36. Mantike is one battle away from evolving. Obviously this is not the Mantike that I'm going to be using on a team, I just need to actually evolve it so that I can have it breed. So, there it goes. Mantike evolves if you have a Remoraid in the team, which makes sense if you look at the whole, like, relationship that they're supposed to have going on, except Gen 4 removed Remoraid from the Mantine sprite for some reason. I guess because they didn't want to have it be confusing and people would think that, like, they fuse together, but there it is. So, time to dump these off in the daycare. Oh, wait. I completely forgot about incense. I need a wave incense for this, I think. Do I have one of those? Shit, did I not prepare for this at all? I don't think I did. Alright, quick on-screen lookup of where the hell the wave incense is. So, that way you'll get to see my, live reaction when I find out that I can't actually get it yet. Alright, come on. Wave incense is Route 210. I definitely have been there. Which is 210? It's up here, isn't it? Ah, shit, do I need waterfall? Hold on. Okay, this time I actually am gonna pause. I'll be right back. Yeah, I need waterfall. So, here's what's happening then. My options at this point are just put it off until I beat the 8th gym, or use one that's just caught from the wild. Due to the fact that Mantike is 4 times a week to Electric, and I have to beat an Electric gym to get there, I'm thinking that I should probably just wait. There's not really any point in trying to do that right now, so let's abandon the original plan here. I'm actually surprised nobody pointed this out in the comments, and if they did, I didn't see it. So, let's go ahead and cram both of you in the PC here. So yeah, that'll have to happen next time. Which means that Mantike is going to be purely used for the very end of the game, which is kind of weird. But, I mean, it was going to be that way anyway, because it wasn't going to be in the gym either way. Quick little thing, I did level up Caroline to 50 while raising the Remoraid. That's, I think, the only thing that changed here. And I now just realized I didn't grab my Tropius to fly back, so let me do that real quick. I guess we'll see how the gym is, and I still don't want to actually fight the trainers on that previous route until I have reason to do so. So, let's just go for it then. So jet the team one more time. No. No. I swear, when I'm trying to get through these menus quickly, I, like, suck way more than I have any right to. Okay. So, I only have one ground move on the team, and I'm going to consider that to be my ace in the hole. So, let's just lead with something arbitrary, I suppose. To give a little bit of closure to the Mew story from last time, obviously that was recorded on Monday of this week, and now it is Friday. So, a few days have passed, and where the hell is this gym? I believe it was Wednesday morning that we were able to take her to the pet place. I don't know what you call it. It's... Here we go. It wasn't like... We're not taking it directly to a foster home. It was just kind of a place where they would take care of animals briefly before other people picked them up, but it wasn't really a shelter. So I don't really know what you call it, but... Oh, right, I have to go to the lighthouse. But, it was a bit sad, because we only had her for a few days, but it was a very cute little kitten, and I didn't exactly want to give her up, but it is alright, though. There were no deaths. I'm not sure why there would be, but that's always a good thing, though. Okay. I love how this guy just... He's supposed to be the gym leader, which is never really touched upon that well in the games. Like, they never say, like, these are the duties of a gym leader, but I think it's easy to assume that their job basically is to be there whenever a challenger shows up. Like, in any kind of real-world setting, they're not going to stay there 24/7, obviously, so they probably just... Like, a trainer either has to... like, put in a form for a challenge or whatever, or just, like, I don't know, however it works. And then in this game, he's just like, you know, I don't really feel like battling anybody, I'm just gonna hide up in this lighthouse for no reason. And, there were, plenty of other gym leaders that did similar things, but usually they had, like, something that was going on that they had to attend to. This guy's just like, I don't really feel like it. I don't really feel like it. That was supposed to be SpongeBob. So here I get to fail quite a bit at very simple puzzles. And everybody gets to go, oh my god, beef. And then I get to go, just scratching my beard. But I've made that joke before, I think. Are you gonna make shitty electricity puns? Oh, surprisingly no. Oh, jeez, okay. I think I completely forgot these things had Super Fang. If I even knew in the first place. Which I probably did, but I've never used one, so... Not exactly the kind of thing I would think about normally. Alright, well, I could use a Hyper Potion, or I could just switch out. Really? Iron Tail just had to miss? Okay. At least it actually KO'd it. I didn't notice. Is Steel bad against Electric, or is it neutral? I always assumed it was bad against it. I'm going to try my best to not run back to the Pokemon Center after every single battle, because that's going to be really annoying. I figured I'll do it for this one, though, since it's right at the beginning. But, other than the Blaze Black 2 team there, which, again, I did a kind of a poor job of explaining. Basically, from what I remember, I was going to stream something one day, and I, like, couldn't get the game to work or whatever, and so I'm like, you know what? Abrupt Pokemon hack, why not? And I, decided to go with that one, because I like Gen 5, and I had not played it before. And so, I streamed it for a while. I believe I beat the first... Did I actually beat the second gym? I don't remember. I think I got, like, close to the second gym if I didn't necessarily beat it. Like, I got up to the, oh, what the hell is that place called? Verbank Complex, I think it was. I got up to there and stopped, and then I picked it up again, like, 3 months later, played it for that one day, beat the second gym. I think I got up to the third gym, but didn't beat it, if I'm remembering right. And then just stopped again, and I haven't touched it since. Not really any particular reason why, I just usually don't remember that it was a thing that I started. And when I do think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing. And then I don't really feel like playing it again, so... I don't know. Let's just use Psychic against stuff and not care about strategy in the slightest, because it's working, so why not? And now we have Crunching. But, since that one was very short-lived and there wasn't really a whole lot to say about it, the next one in line besides that is the Crystal randomized playthrough that I did with Joel. And this one has about 4 billion Pokemon nicknames that I would need to read out. I don't know if I necessarily want to do all of them, but depending on the way the video goes, I probably will end up doing it anyway. I'll at least mention the ones that I like used in the team though, so... This one started out as a shuffle challenge, kind of, but then it wasn't after like 3 minutes because I decided that it wasn't worth it anymore. So I kept the only catch the first thing on each route rule to an extent. I kind of broke the rule in a couple cases, but I'll go over that later. But I didn't have to randomize the team. I was allowed to use what I wanted, that kind of crap. I just basically wanted to have an interesting team. And so, the final team that I ended up going with is actually 7 different things that kind of cycled out, because one of them was picked up after the Elite Four, and I didn't want to drop any of the previous team members, so I'm like, whatever, I can manage this. So, my starter was a Larvitar named Ampersand, and that frickin' thing took so long to become good. It was really unfortunate. It just for some reason died to everything, like even as a Pupitar. Obviously Tyranitar's really high evolution. I say obviously, and that's kind of the... I've... To go on a brief tangent here, I have to mention this, like, I'm not sure how many people have as much useless Pokemon knowledge as I do. So when I say stuff like that, like, oh, well, obviously Tyranitar is a level 55 evolution, like, to me that's obvious because I remember stupid crap like that, but other people who don't know the Pokemon series that well might feel like I'm kind of condescending when I do stuff like that. I don't mean it to be that way, so I apologize if it seems like that. But, anyway, had the Tyranitar. Like I said, it took a really long time to become good. It eventually did get kind of decent at the end, but still nowhere near as good as I hoped it would. I had an Aerodactyl, which was actually hatched from the odd egg. What happened there was, since this is a randomized playthrough, I had no idea what was going to come out of this egg, but I knew that whatever it was had a 1 out of 8 chance of being shiny, so I, as stated beforehand, hatched it a whole bunch of times to see what I'd get. Out of the different things that came from the egg, the shiny Aerodactyl was by far the most interesting. So, named it Slow Beef, because shiny Aerodactyl is purple and therefore looks like Ridley, and Slow Beef does a Ridley impression that he is somewhat known for. I remember that one being pretty interesting throughout the run because it had Metronome as one of its moves, and I kept it on its moveset for the entire game just to be annoying about it. Come on. We have to have a step down from the, like, Pikachu versus Raichu Lieutenant Surge battle. And I have to see if I can pull it off. Looks like I'm going to manage to do that. Okay. Let's see, I had a Ho-Oh that was caught by breaking a rock in Cianwood City, from what I remember. Like, throughout this whole game, I'm running into random legendaries in caves, and they're never the first Pokemon in the area, so it's like, I go into Union Cave, get like a Rattata or something shitty like that, and then the next battle is a Zapdos. It just kind of kept happening, and it was really annoying. But finally managed to get a legendary as the first one. So I caught the Ho-Oh, named it Ho-Shit, because it's just a stupid name, and it's... I don't know. We always make really stupid YouTube poop references in these nicknames half the time, and so that was just, like, the CDI king. I don't know. There was a Kingdra named Cease, which should be spelled with lowercase s's and capital E's, but it's actually it's the other way around, so it's not pronounced the way it's spelled, but it is called Cease, which is a thing from the YouTube poop, The Price is Rice. There was a Muck named Boop. It's B-U-U-U-H-P. That one was just because of Grimer's sprite looking really stupid, like it was just kind of making some kind of noise. So I see the sprite and I'm just like, boop, and then the name stuck. There was a Starmie named Full of Shit, because its Pokedex entry says that it, like, communicates to beings in space using lasers and flashing colors, and we're like, this freaking entry is full of shit, so the name stuck. And, that was the team of 6 I took to the Elite Four. Later on, I did actually catch a Celebi, not as the first thing on a route. I think it was like Route 8 or something in Kanto. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I want to use this thing. I like Celebi, and I've never used one before. So I named it Cerebinet, because you can't fit the dot in there, so it's just Cerebinet. And that was that team. There were a lot of other Pokemon that were used and dumped, and I'm going to go over those as soon as I heal everybody up here. Yeah. Get everybody's HP back up. Get rid of the paralysis. Okay. So let's see. I don't remember at what point in the game all these were dropped. Maybe a couple of them I do, but I had a Wigglytuff named Oi Oi Sesaba. Again, it's not actually spelled the way that it should be. It is I-O-I-O-S-S-B. If we're going to be specific here, it really should be like O-I-O-I, but it's pronounced Oi Oi Sesaba. I have no clue what the hell that name is supposed to be. I assume it's from some YouTube poop that I haven't seen. Joel was the one that recommended it. A Tauros named a Glove Flav, because it was irrelevant, but a SpongeBob reference nonetheless. Executor named Eggy Bagfuck, which is a reference to the Vietnamese crystal, if you've never watched that. Pseudo-Widow named Small Rhydon, because that's what its, like, icon is when you're looking at it in the team. Espeon named Mittens, I don't remember why. Electrode is named DreamWorks, because it has the DreamWorks face. Rapidash was named Deerse from the Tomodachi Life thing. Hitmontop was Ratatouille for no reason. I had a... Oh yeah, the red Gyarados was no longer a Gyarados, as you'd expect, because it was randomized. It was a Stantler. So I caught a shiny Stantler, named it Torgo. Tried to use it, but it was freaking boring as all hell, and I couldn't bring myself to actually use this thing seriously, so... I caught it, tried to use it, didn't work out, and ended up dumping it. And I had a Gligar named Broadway. That one I really tried hard to use, because if I remember right, I think when I caught it, it had a really good moveset, and it just didn't have the stats to back it up at all. And so I kept thinking, like, the more I level this thing up, it'll actually become useful. It didn't at all, so it got dumped. And, not that these really count for anything, but I also had a few, Pokemon that I kept around for HM... God damn it. Kept around for HM slaves. There was a, Charmeleon named The Store. Store being spelled S-T-O-A-R. A Machamp named Buttergaw. And a Pichu that was named... Yeah, the large pause before I said was actually intended, because it was 8 spaces and then So, good names all around. Here, let me scroll down and I'll start going through some of the other names here. I will probably not actually mention what all these Pokemon were, because in most cases they were incredibly irrelevant. So, let's see, I've got Smoke Seed, Trumpy, shitty ASCII drawn Bellsprout. It's left parenthesis, colon, capital O, dash, semicolon, dash, left parenthesis. It kind of looks like a Bellsprout if you're, like, high, maybe. Everyone Fop, Mozambique, Imhotep, Wild Bill. I liked Wild Bill because it was a, that one was an Octillery, so the name was entirely unnecessary. And right after catching that thing, we ran into Tauros, which was the Wild Bull Pokemon, so it worked quite well. Let's see, Crotchberg, Fizzbitch, Small Leg, Bubblegum Rossi, Pizza Rolls, You the Grub, Holla, Not Really, Bubsy, Scizzas, Turlet Bowl, Megalonia. By the way, I am realizing that I'm doing really bad in this battle. I'm going to start using revives if I need to. Let's see. Akalakak. I don't really care for this dig, but I should be able to take the hit. Hopefully. Let's see. Okay, good. Can we please kill this Raichu? Damn. Alright. Alright, let's see. After Akalakak, we've got an incredibly bad attempt at shortening Fairchild Channel F. It's F-A-R-C-H-L-D-C-H-F. Fairchild Channel F. Anne Cracker, Garbage, Henry Zhao, which, if you have any idea what that's referring to, as you'd probably expect, it is in fact the Dragonair. I need to go back and heal. Let me do that off screen and I'll be right back. Okay, I think this is where I left off. But anyway, yeah, last one I said was Henry Zhao. If you don't know what that's referring to, I never remember what the name of the video is. Hopefully somebody in the comments, like, has it saved somewhere so that they can post it, but, it's just this video of these two New Yorkers watching the, like, Pikachu's vacation short before the second movie and commenting very aggressively over it. Like, that's really the best way to explain it. So at the very end, he's just like, what the fuck? That's not a Pokemon, that's a Chinese myth dragon. It's Henry Zhao's textbook. So that one was caught in the Dragon's Den, and, was it? Yeah, I think what actually happened was I caught the Dragonair in the Dragon's Den, and then I still wanted to get the free gift for, like, going through the, like, thing that you're supposed to do in there, which is normally Extreme Speed Dratini. And I got a Politoed out of it, which, since it was the second Pokemon in the area, I decided could never be used, so I just named it Can't Do. Let's see, I have Dr. Dre, Obamacare, Krampus, Chill Out, which is an Articuno, because it's an unwritten rule that every legendary has to be named after an Action 52 game. Time Warner, Beached Whale, Chad Warden, Fing Waste, which is supposed to be short for effing waste, because that one was an Apom caught in the area where Celebi was supposed to be. And at that point, that was when I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm catching the Celebi anyway. Let's see, Fuzz Power, which was Entei. Stag Potty. Dam Busters, which was Suicune. Bonitis. Who Cares? Dick Jokes, which was a Metapod. SIBWWDNNM, which stands for Strong Independent Black Woman Who Don't Need No Man, which was a Jinx. Unmarked Van, which was a Hypno. Can of Beans. Own Icon, which is a stupid name, but it was for a Tentacruel, because it got its own icon, whereas most things didn't. Let's see, Miracle Glue. Looks like... okay, we've got one more trainer still. Am I almost at the end of this list? Jeez. There's still a few more. Okay, let's see. After Miracle Glue, we've got Jigglypuff in all caps, which was the name for an Azumarill. I think because of its icon again. Save state here, because I'm like not even paying attention to the game at this point. Let's see. A Cat Fine 2. Galaga, a Rock. Delicate SN. I think it was supposed to be Delicatessen, just spelled really weird. Which is PBBBBBBTH. Green Pile. Yeah, I guess what I'm throwing here. Rule of 3, Sombreros, which was Raikou. Early Access, Dick Butthead, Borlax, Throw Rug, Apathy, Vine Swole, Scapegoat, Man Wayne Female Symbol, which was a, that one I have to explain also, because in the randomized games, there's an option to randomize the trainer names and classes also, which is completely useless, but gets you a few, like, free jokes here and there. And for some reason, the trainer class and name of Man Wayne kept showing up. Like, not only in this playthrough, but in several other ones, and it was always a female trainer. So, we felt the need to use that name on something eventually. We've got Hotel Mario, Megadeth, Penis, B, which I don't even want to explain that one. Crobo, Seagull Sound, Limecat, and Underwhelm. I think that's the whole list. Let's see. Looks like it. Okay. Underwhelm was a Xatu. I think it was called that because it was either the last one caught or it was like replacing Lugia or something. I don't remember. But yeah, now that I've finished reading through that entire list, I can actually pay attention to the game for once. Which is good, because I'm coming up to the gym leader here. And it would actually be good for me to know what I'm doing. I guess I'll just sucker punch this thing. Which still won't do much, because it's not Gen 6, but... oh, jeez. Okay, fine, let's just go for rollout. I'm glad that thing missed with Mirror Shot. For some reason, I didn't expect it to actually carry any steel moves. Okay. How do we get to the gym leader now? Who does, in fact, have a name. It's Volkner. I've just not been saying it for some reason. First, I have to solve the riddle of the Sphinx here. Okay, obviously that's not getting me anywhere. Neither does that. This one does, but I've already done this. I think what I need to do is get over on the right side somehow. Alright, let me take a second here and figure out what the hell I'm doing wrong. Do I have to, like, come over from a different angle or something? Looks like I probably do. Okay, so hitting this will never line that up. Let me get off of this thing. I apologize for anybody who knows the solution to this puzzle or was able to figure it out by looking at it, because nobody likes watching somebody who can't solve an easy puzzle. Okay, let's frickin' go over here. So that's a shortcut back, but I don't know why I would want to do that. What happens if I step on this now? Does that help? Yes, it does. Okay. Alright, so let me heal up again. I don't know if I'll need to use every one of my Pokemon in this fight, but even if I don't, it's good to have them there for reserves anyway. And screw it, I'm just going to use the... Nope. I was saying I'm going to use the full items here, but I'm just not going to. I'm too cheap. I'd rather use the low ones. There is a reason for this. It's because I'd rather use the low HP items out of battle when there's no time limit, and like save my good stuff for in a battle when I have to heal a lot of HP in one turn. Alright, so I'm gonna lead with you for paralysis reasons, and just see how this goes. Hopefully I don't need to grind for this one. Freaking depressed. Like, why is he like this? He's got some serious sideburns going on there. And here's Electrical Beast. Alright, so... Oh boy, Thunderwave Party. Will I actually get paralyzed also, or... Well, like, fully paralyzed on the first turn, or... Okay. Oh, shit. Since I didn't know that, let's, pretend that didn't happen. And instead, I'll just go in for the Earthquake straight away. Okay. So yeah, get paralyzed, which is annoying. And probably not KO it, but I can at least get in a good amount of damage with this. Would be nice to KO it, but I'm not going to expect that. Yeah, okay. Is that low enough for him to use a healing item, though? Let's find out. Iron Tail, really? You don't have, like, Thunderbolt or something? I feel like that would be better. Alright, well that's one down. And Raichu, which I have proven previously that I apparently have problems fighting, so... Once again, let's get in the Thunder Wave. You know, I just realized now how much I'm... Oh, jeez. How much I'm relying on this move here, and I'm not going to have it after this gym. Because it's pretty much a given at this point that Stacy's getting replaced. But, god damn it, I didn't mean to do that again. Wow. And because of a misclick, I now get completely decimated. Yep, there we go. Alright, I would switch to you and do Rollout, but you're weak to fighting. Same with you, you resist fighting, and you can get up a screen, so I'm gonna do that. So, light screen, because I don't know how many physical moves this thing is carrying. Probably not very many. Okay, so that's super effective, but gonna be lowered because of the thing, so yeah, that's good. Get in some Psychics here. I'm gonna guess 3-hit KO with this. Yep, looks like it. And I suppose I need to heal. I didn't even see how many Pokemon he had, I think 4. But, I mentioned last time, and never really expanded on it in this video, that, in the original Diamond and Pearl His team is kind of weird in this because there aren't that many electric types in the Sinnoh decks, or at least not many that they wanted to give him, I guess. So, he doesn't have a Jolteon, and I'm assuming he has an Electivire as one of his next Pokemon in this fight, which wasn't in the Sinnoh decks, so he didn't have that either. Instead, he had an Octillery, which is definitely kind of weird because it's a water type and doesn't really fit in with an electric team. And he had an Ambipom, I want to say. Both of them did have electric moves on them. So that was kind of... I kind of like that because it's a change of pace. You're not fighting somebody who can just be swept with Earthquake. Like, you have to actually use different moves, and I kind of wish they'd do that more often. But, they always seem to stick to the type themes. Jesus, okay. That didn't quite work out. Let's go for a Confuse right here. And if I'm lucky, then I can get a free hit in. No. Good God, okay. I'm just gonna deal damage while I have the chance. Damn it all. Okay, at least he's got burned, so that'll lower the physical moves. And now maybe I can go in for the rollout sweep. Because Thunder Fang and Ice Fang, they're going to be lowered by burn. Neither of them are super effective against rock. Foliage already has good defense, so I think I can probably pull this off. Maybe get up a few defense curls anyway. Oh yeah. As long as I can avoid flinching. Get like 3 of these just for insurance. Oh jeez. Alright. Well, so much for the burn reduction. So I'm gonna get up a few more defense curls than previously thought necessary. Doopy-doopy-doo. This is not the most interesting strategy in the world because it's really, really boring to watch, but it is effective. So I'm going to use it whenever I have the opportunity. And another flinch. The Fang moves are weird because they all have a chance of flinching in addition to causing their status effect. So it's like, I guess they both run off of separate percentages, but I'm not really sure how the game decides that. I assume it's not something like overly complex. It's probably just like, it might even be something where like if it rolls, like if we're assuming just a like percentage chance, like out of 100, like maybe up to 30 is a flinch, and then between 30 and 50 is a burn, like something like that, but don't know for sure. Can we please finish this thing off? Okay. So now that I've got the attack lowered because of the burn, now we get an Electivire, which is more than likely going to end up killing me in one hit, but let's see what happens. And it comes out with a puff of smoke, apparently. Come on. Come on, defense boosts. Okay, yeah, that was quite good. Yeah, there we go. And that was Volkner. I am enjoying the rollout strategy. Despite the fact that I was a gym leader on that Pixelmon server, I feel the need to state here that I would be a shitty gym leader. Because, I am an extremely sore loser, and a gym leader is basically designed to, like, be challenging but be beatable. Your job is basically to get beaten by trainers, and that's gotta suck. Like, yesterday I was playing, 4 glory matches in SSB4, and I lost, like, the first 10 matches that I was in, and I was getting frickin' pissed. Because the thing with me in that series is, like, I'm pretty good at single player, but I very rarely actually fight against real people, and so whenever I do, I am not used to, like, strategies that make sense, and so, like, I always end up losing, and I get pissed off. But that's why I usually don't do competitive stuff. So whenever anybody asks if I do competitive Pokemon battling, or if I'd ever want to get into it, that answer is definitely going to be no, because what would inevitably end up happening is I will spend weeks raising up a good team, I'll get into a couple battles, I'll probably lose most of them, and then I'll get pissed off and never want to touch it again. Or I'll just rage quit and disconnect, so nobody wants to play against that, and I don't feel the need to be part of it. Anyway, that was the 8th gym, and get to look at my moldy badges here. They actually do play a scale if they're all the same, like, shininess. But, gonna end it there, though. Well, actually, before I do, real quick, let me, head up here and get the thing from Jasmine after Donut decides to show up for no reason. I'm not listening to anything you're saying, you know that, right? And just gone. Okay. Going back to, like, how these games kind of flowed into each other before we knew... Let me rephrase that. Before we knew that Heart Gold and Soul Silver was a thing, Jasmine's random appearance here was overanalyzed as like, oh my god, it's a hint that they're gonna do Johto again, oh my god, oh, the Pokeball inside the Pokemon Centers is gold and silver colored, it's a hint, and, like, looking back at it now, I guess maybe they were hints, but they could have also just been random cameos, well, one random cameo and a color coincidence. So, I don't think it was really a big deal in the slightest that she was in this game, but, hey, it's a thing. So, anyway, as I obviously got there, that was Waterfall, which I don't imagine anybody on my team can learn. Nope. The question is, No. God damn it. I'd freaking reloaded not to get that pal pad out of my inventory, but I don't know when I last saved. I don't know if Becky can learn it. I'm gonna say probably not, but let's find out. Okay. So I'll have to actually erase one of those HMs then. I'll have to see, like, which ones are needed for the Elite, or for the Victory Road. If I teach Surf to the Mantike, then that'll be alright, but yeah. So, I've got Waterfall, which means I can go back and get some items, including the Wave Incense, which means I can finally get the, as of yet unnamed Mantike on my team. That'll all happen next time, so until then, something about Batman.